More clamor for restructuring of the Nigerian system of government. Some lawmakers at a constitution amendment retreat in Lagos say the center no longer works. And Lagos Governor Akinwumi Ambode clamors for more roles and financial independence for the state, the federative unit. Ambode says local government should not be included in the sharing formula of the nation's wealth. Many thanks for joining in, everyone. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. It's a Friday edition. Very interesting indeed. I'm Seun Okinbaloye in Lagos. Well, it's 69 days since President Muhammadu Buhari left for London. 68 days on since he left for a medical vacation. We wish him quick recovery and sound health as we expect him back in the country soonest. Well, let's begin tonight's program with some stories still trailing the judgment of the Supreme Court over the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. In Ekiti State, the governor, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, returned to the state. A huge welcome from supporters and party members who celebrate with him the victory of his group at the Apex Court.
I was at the court with the flag of the PDP and my party card. If the government had gone the way of Sheriff, I would have burned the PDP flag and the card. But for justice, for God's intervention, I brought back my card and the flag. And that was the flag I was putting up that day at the Supreme Court. I was prepared to burn it off because you can't live in the same house with a snake.
And away from that now, the Progressive People's Party says it will provide the best candidate for the 2018 Anambra governorship election. Well, speaking at a media conference in Abuja to begin the process of selecting the party's flag bearer for the election, the national chairman of the party, Mr. Pt.1, says that the time has come for the people to enjoy good governance and that his party will provide a better alternative to the people.
We are presented to the electorate candidates that have impeccable characters that can prevent corruption, that can stand in the face of any intimidation to protect the will of the people, to make sure that the will of the people is protected at all costs.
Brace up, everyone, and I'll move to our major story of the day. The National Assembly members are meeting in Lagos at a retreat to deliberate on the amendment of the 1999 Constitution. The joint committees from the two chambers of the National Assembly and also joining them were representatives of the houses of assembly across the country. They're working on fixing the present constitution we operate in the country. And this is how the lawmakers hope to achieve the process of amending the constitution before the expiration of the 8th Assembly.
We are the representatives of the people, and that's why on their behalf we assembled here to have a final look at a document that ultimately results in possible amendment of the 1999 Constitution. Based on our experience of the last exercise, we've decided to break this particular one into separate bills to deal with separate issues. And we hope that by this process, we'll be able to ensure that at least 90% of the bills or issues raised be ultimately assented to. Our belief is that this exercise needs to be concluded before the election process towards 2019 will commence. So by the grace of God, we hope that before the year 2017 ends, this exercise will have been concluded.
That's the Deputy Senate President and the Chairman of the Joint Committee on the Constitution Amendment. Well, he was also the Chairman during the 7th Assembly, but they couldn't achieve amending the 1999 Constitution. A lot of knotty issues surrounding the Constitution, which a lot of people say the Constitution needs to be fixed and urgently too. You hear there's several clamors across the country. Well, let's get to the interesting part. There are several interesting areas which have gotten Nigerians talking about this constitution, from the issues of devolution of power, state policing, sharing formula of state wealth, local government autonomy, and several others. Well, they say that is at the center of the deliberations, which these lawmakers say they want to deliberate on and make sure that they fix those areas to meet the yearnings of Nigerians. But the governor of Lagos State, who spoke at the event, appears to have a rather unique, or should I say, an interesting perspective to the autonomy of local government on the sharing of wealth. Hear him.
Since local governments are to come under the purview of states, and which one of the things we are propagating is that local governments should, based on Section 7, should actually be the concern of state houses of assembly. Allocation to them should be shared to states, as they can have as many local governments as they wish to have.
The issue of how the states are going to be running the local government. Some people may be clamoring for autonomy of local government areas to be able to handle some of those things, and the Constitution provides that they should handle. Some people are asking that they should be independent, there will be total autonomy for the local government areas. But the governor of Lagos State is saying, from a practical point of view, the local government area should be subsumed under the control of the state, and in that case, they are funding also the sharing of the wealth, or the formula of how the wealth or the monies will be shared to them should be given to the state, so the state can control the local government areas. In essence, that the 774 local government area and that idea no longer work. Well, let's get talking on some of these issues. Joining us from our Abuja studio is a former House of Representatives member and a lawyer, Honorable West Idahosa, and also Mr. Yinka Odumakin, spokesperson of Afenifere and a member of the 2014 National Conference. This gentleman joins us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for joining us on the program. Let me begin quickly with you, Honorable West Idahosa. We've seen constitutional amendment process year after year in the life of several assemblies, and now the 8th Assembly are saying that they want to make this happen. If you look at the clamor that we are having across the country right now, what would you suggest that these lawmakers should be looking at, and urgently too?
I would like to say that they have to learn to separate the very serious issues from issues that can be managed under normal statutory conditions. I am very sure that if they raise the question of electoral matters and deal with qualification, how you get there, the issue of independent candidacy, these can be typical constitutional matters. But the question they have tried to raise in some bills about time to determine election petitions, pre-election matters, and so on, this can be dealt with by amendment of the Electoral Act, and that's a much simple thing to do. And that would reduce the hustle and bustle to get that passed. And then the other point that I would like to make is that they got it right this time by having separate bills, but 23 of 24 or thereabout, they are still too many. You have no business, for example, trying to amend the Constitution to allow members of the National Assembly to be able to get appointment into other commissions. Those who are there now are not able to function in all the committees that they belong to. So what's their business trying to become members of other commissions while registering their presence in the Assembly as members in spite of membership of another commission? So I think we have to get the serious issues across quickly and then get a consensus on those issues. That should be the approach, not to muddle the serious issues up with peripheral issues and then get the public confused as to the direction you are going.